Hey guys, and welcome back to my nail journal. So today I'm going to be showing you how to work with Mylar dip, and I'm going to be using Juno's impressions to show that. This is a hard dip to mess with because these Mylar flakes are so huge, and she kind of pre-warned us about that when she came out with it, so I thought I'd show you guys how I kind of mess with it. So I'm going to tell you the plan and show you what I'm going to be using real quick. So I have plans to use Painted Black as my background color because impressions can be worn by itself or on top of other colors. So my middle finger is going to kind of be like impressions heavy, so I'm only going to do 2 coats of Painted Black on that one because I want to be able to put a lot of the Mylar on top of it. And then the rest of the nails are going to be 3 coats of Painted Black, and then I will use her color Something Wicked, and I'm going to actually sugar it over the black on my ring finger. So I will show you how to sugar a nail too. And so besides that, I do want to tell you that I did already prep my nails with peel base. I use UNT, and I'm going to be using obviously my favorite liquids, which is Jude Nails. It's Dip Base and Activator. And then for the top coat, I used Koopa's Gelfinity, and that's what I'm also going to use to sugar this. So the first step is just getting the black on because that's basically our base color. And so I'm going to do that, and again I'm only going to put 2 coats of the black on the middle finger and my normal 3 coats on the others because I'm going to put a heavy dose of impressions on this. I want it to be really covered, and the rest I'm going to kind of like pick out pieces of the Mylar to place throughout the other nails on top of the black, kind of like how I do with foil. So we'll get back. I'm just going to simply apply the black everywhere. The layers on, we're going to focus on applying impressions. I don't know why some of these are doing that like white splotchy thing. It didn't do that the last time I used this black, but as I like continue to put the layers on, it would go away, except for like these 2. I don't know what's causing it. I'm just gonna like really hope and pray that it doesn't show up in the like final outlook. So I'm just gonna dump all of this out first. Remember I said I wanted my middle finger to kind of be heavy. So I'm going to shake these a little bit all into one place. Oops, I'm shaking the camera too, sorry. So with these Mylar fakes, you're just going to have to kind of be patient and finesse them. And you want to get maybe like a baggie out or gloves so that you can use it to kind of help hold them down as the dip base is drying. And then you just kind of like dip it in there and try to flatten them down, but whatever you can't flatten down before you move on with anything else, whether it's a second layer of this or your clear coat, you can take like cuticle nippers, which you'll probably see me do at some point, or fingernail clippers, like baby ones, and clip off any of them that are sticking up. And I clip them off like above my where it's poured out, so I can recollect it and not waste any pieces. But that's like the best way to kind of handle this, and you'll sort of see. I'll speed it up, but you'll see kind of me finessing it. So let's get right into it. As you can see, I use the baggie to kind of help just flatten them down as best I can. I'm going to let that fully dry before I mess with it anymore. But I do want to add some separate pieces of the Mylar to these other fingers that's not going to have the sugar one. So I'm going to take tweezers and kind of just separate these into a tray. And basically it's almost like maybe putting on gems. You're going to take a little bit of your dipping base to use as the glue and just dot it where you want this, and then just start placing these and kind of holding them down until that dries. So that's what I'm going to do next. have them all placed, and I'm basically just going to wait a little while to make sure the base holding them is all dry. And as long as you don't have any huge pieces sticking straight up, you don't have to cut like these little pieces. It'll file off. And then I'm probably going to clear cap them maybe twice to make sure I don't file through the clear, and file them right off. So this is basically done. I'm going to clear cap, activate everything, file shape them, and then when I come back we'll talk about how to do the sugar now. Now that everything is filed and shaped, we're going to get on to sugaring, and like I showed you earlier, I'm going to use something Wicked as like my sugar glitter, and I do use it Keupa's Gelfinity Gel Top Coat to do this. So the first thing you're going to do is apply your gel top coat. Okay, keep in mind wherever you put the gel top coat is where the glitter is going to stick. So don't cure it yet. Before you cure it while the top coat's still wet, you're going to just dump your glitter on there. Tap off the excess. And you can kind of look at it to push things sort of into place so it's not bulky. And then here's where you'll cure it. So when you cure sugar, anything you kind of dump on top of the top coat like this, you need to cure it a little bit longer than what you normally would. So my lamp is 80 watts and I can get away with curing it for 1 minute and 30 seconds. So that's what I'm going to do. So I actually did 2 minutes. Normally I can cure sugars for like 1 minute and 30 seconds, but I did 2 minutes just because this glitter is dark and I wanted to make sure that the light could get all the way through it. So now this is completely dry. This isn't coming off, but I am going to brush off any of the excess. And that's what that looks like. And so I chose this one because it does kind of have like some green and blue reflex, and I knew the Mylar on top of the black would create that green and blue effect. So that's it. And here is the finished look. So I didn't have any like rhyme or reasoning on how I placed the Mylars. I just kind of slapped them on. But these Mylars kind of remind me of either like stained glass that's been like broken or something. So I figured just randomly placing them would still look okay. And I like how it turned out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.